voluntary public roll call. Anyone out there wants to let us know?
Hi, this is Natalie, representative next door. I hope you can hear me. It sounds like there's a lot of static on the line.
We hear it too.
Yes, it
Hi, Natalie. You're with Hydro Store, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Roseman News is here. John Joyce reporting.
Yeah, our phones aren't working real great right now. Good evening, John.
Hi. How are you?
Anyone else? All right. Moving on to the consent calendar. DC1, review of check vouchers. Anyone have any questions about the checks for the last couple weeks? I'll entertain a motion for CC1. So moved. Motion, Director Stewart. Second. I'll second. Second, Director Wallace. Wallace. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Good for you, Greg.
Oh, I said aye.
Oh, sorry. Motion carried. Need approval for minutes M1, the regular board meeting minutes of November the 8th.
Motion approved.
Motion, Director Webb. Second. Second. Director Stewart. All in favor say aye.
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 All the same sign. Motion carried. New business. Approval of water master agreement with AECOM and approval of the task order. Kim Domingo, presenter.
Thank you, Mr. President. This item is for design services for the project that the board approved. The board approved on it's my staff report on August 23rd to set up a project to replace water service lines at Trickle Track. We call it Trickle Track. We approached a couple of consultants regarding design services, and the ECOM is the lowest of the two, and both were qualified, but the lowest of the two. So in order to engage them, we need to set up a master services agreement, which we're currently in negotiation with. We're pretty close. I think we're just about there. So I need a motion to approve them, and also the task order, which would be 2023-1, which would provide the design services for $43,100. $43,100.
Sir, of course, is that to not exceed the fixed cost there?
No, that's the time and materials basis not to exceed.
Any questions? I may have a motion for NB1.
Second.
Director Stewart made the motion. Director Webb made the second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. NB2, approval of task order 23-3 with Kennedy King for the monitoring wells.
Thank you, Mr. President. This one is for to provide monitoring wells design update services with Kenny Jenks. Kenny Jenks prepared the original design on the monitoring wells, and since then, after trying to find well drillers that could go nested wells, which we couldn't find anybody. We are going to modify the design document that an alternate to the nested wells that has already been approved by the Regional Water Quality Control Board. And so this project actually for OMW1 and OMW3. OMW1 is the one that was on that is on the existing wastewater treatment plant property. OMW3 was the location was authorized through a monitoring well access agreement that the board approved on May 24th. So this will actually get the design documents ready for bid. Kenny Jenks is going to do it on time and materials basis not to exceed $49,286.
49. Any question? How many monitoring wells do we have actually, the total number out there at the water reclamation plant?
Have an idea?
And
Not including the 3 that we're going to drill.
yeah,
Yeah, we had to abandon one.
yeah. We're a good business for a well company. You'd think, why do you need more than one well? It's called regulation. Regulation monitoring. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a comment on the proposed, in particular, scope of the work, project management and task 1.1. I think there are lessons we all can learn from the reclamation plan expansion about the importance of quality control and quality assurance without going into detail. As we enlist project managers, I think it's important we manage the managers and stay on top of weekly events and any setbacks that may arise. See that in the proposal that there are 6 conference calls to update on and communicate on progress. So that's good. I just want to mention that.
Thank you. You're singing my tunes there, Director Washington. Thank you.
I thought I would. You're an engineer. You have an eye for detail.
Any other questions about NB2, Task Order 2023-3? All right, need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Director Wallace.
I'll second.
Second, Director Washington. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign.
Same time.
Motion carried. Director's report. Even though you're not here, I always start with you, Director Washington.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. President. I wish I was in chambers with everyone tonight, as this meeting marks my 1 year on the board. As I've mentioned, it's an honor and a privilege to sit on this board and share my water industry experience with this community. With that said, I had the privilege to recently attend the 17th annual Kern County Energy Summit. Kern County is looked upon as one of the nation's leaders in renewable energy. Many industry leaders were on hand to discuss the future of renewable energy, including the president of Hydrostar, who led a panel discussion on hydrogen storage and pipeline systems. Really, really good, informative stuff. And lastly, with this being the last meeting of the year, I want to wish Kim, Jerry, Don, staff, and the board of directors a happy holiday season. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Not the last meeting. Well, it won't be now. It could have been. Thank you, Director Washington.
Right.
Director Wallace. Director Stewart. Director Webb is retired now, so he's going to do a lot of things.
What I do have, I like to echo for Director Washington said. Everybody have a good Christmas. Keep yourselves safe, family safe. Stay heads up. And Sherry, you and Johnny, your staff, I'd like to tell you guys thank you very much. I brought up a concern that we had a liability for on those valve covers for the water. And I think within 45 minutes after bringing it to your attention, John, your guys are out there taking care of it, which cuts down our liability. So thank you both. Thank you for getting the word to him, and thank you guys for addressing it properly. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you, sir. At the AVAC meeting last night, Hallmark will no longer be the water master. And AVAC is going to be the interim water master until next year, when they can come together and decide what they're going to do. One comment that was made that I really agreed with He said one man should be able to administer this job. We don't need a whole slew of people. And we're down to 10% allocation, which is making everybody draw in just a little bit. But I understand we're going to get rain next week, maybe, so maybe it's not going to be a dry season like we thought about. Earlier in the public comments, I made the comment that let me find it here. Until our leaders return to the founding principles of the Constitution, we will follow a progressively deteriorating road. The Constitution for this district is the purpose for which Rcsd is established, and that's our mission statement. Our mission statement is the Constitution. And in writing, we said our goal is to review the statement yearly and base our decisions on that goal. So I would just like to read the mission statement. Is to enhance the quality of life in the community, providing the essential services of safe drinking water, treatment and disposal of sewage in an environmentally effective and financial responsibly manner. Maybe next year it'd be good for us to devote a workshop to looking at our current condition and our proposed capital projects to set priorities for the future that relate to that specific mission statement. So it might be a good thing. We say we're going to review it, talk about it, but I think it'd be an excellent time to review the capital projects and see how they fit. And I know we've set priorities in them, but maybe we might want to adjust those priorities a little bit. All right. General Counsel update.
Nothing other than Merry Christmas to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Right back to you. Be good to everybody, okay?
Ho, ho, ho.
General Manager update.
I just have try to make it really brief. We're still working with Fisher Compliance on the SSM, the Sanitary Sewer Management Plan update. We had a pretty pointed meeting with him about what he's given us so far. You know, we were pretty disappointed with what we had. He took it to heart and said he's going to work towards producing a user-friendly version. I guess the issue is, since no one has actually written one, we're basically cutting edge here, and so there's really no go-by, and so he's kind of stuck in his regulator loop. You know, writing it for regulators instead of writing it for the people that actually have to do it. And so we're pushing him towards that direction, writing it for the people that actually have to execute it, and then we can show the regulators that, you know, how we're meeting the requirements of the board order. So he took that to heart. So, and then finally, or the second item is just an update on kind of a discussion we've had about Surplus Lines Act, and I just want to let you know that John has provided us a guide on how to go through the act. So it'll save us some money, you know, not having to go through a consultant, which will be great. There's an update recent legislation as it relates to leases that may or may not affect us, but he's going to verify how that's going to affect us. So just want to let you know that when we come back and talk about things like 20th Street West, and then the other properties that we have, but we actually have kind of a roadmap in front of us on how to get these properties, you know, to where they need to be. And then finally, I'm going to ditto all of you, and ditto John. Hoping everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
During your report, I noticed John having different kind of smile, the facial expressions. You were pleased with the meeting that he had, and he held his feet. Held his feet to the fire.
In a nice way.
I wonder what that pounding was.
He took it very well. And we, like I told him, we need to get to the finish line, and it needs to be meaningful to us. But we need to help you, or you need to have something. We need to have a better idea of what our needs are.
Sure. Can I make a comment on that, though?
Yes.
I'm glad that you folks were there, and Director Stewart, I'm glad that you're on the sewer committee, because it's good to have people that understand the technical side, John, and then the consultant side yourself, and that kind of gives us a little good angle to go about it, because he's probably not trying to not do it, but he's right that, like we said in that sewer committee, for the compliance people. But the compliance people aren't the people doing the job out there on the front line. So there's a balance. So I think the fact that you three folks can look at it and make comments about it, that probably helps him along the way to meet our particular needs.
Yeah, we want him to be successful.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Director of Administration.
Thank you, Mr. President. So my report will talk about the number of delinquent accounts that were disconnected. Last week on the 5th, we only had 12 cut off, which is about average. And we also had one services connection for a broken payment arrangement this week. This week we mailed out 189 notices of impending shutoff to delinquent account holders. And we also delivered 141 door hangers this morning to delinquent account holders.
141.
141. So we'll see what that gets reduced to before shut-off, because the next round of shut-offs will be January 9th.
I run into guys on my bike.
Okay. That's a lot of door hangers. Just a heads up about our blood drive. As you probably all know, Myron, I believe they would have given you a call. Our blood drive that was supposed to occur Monday, December 11th was canceled due to unforeseen staffing shortages by the Red Cross. We have asked to reschedule for January 25th, and I'm still waiting for confirmation from the Red Cross, and we will hopefully have that soon and get that out in the newsletter and put it back out on our website.
It's Friday. The 25th is a Friday.
25th is a Thursday, January 25th.
January 25th.
That's a Thursday.
I got it a Friday.
You're looking at December or January?
January 24th.
25th.
I mean, January 24th, the 25th is it is a Thursday. Sorry.
Don't scare me.
I was just checking you.
Okay, good. All right.
Sure, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You remember you said one person broke their promise, the payment plan?
The payment arrangement.
Okay, so what happens now with them?
So they have to pay their balance in full.
Okay.
So when they sign up, we have a detailed form that they're signing that they agree to pay their amortized balance plus the current bill,
Okay.
and it has to be by the 9th, and they don't get any other notification if they do not pay by the 9th, then they get disconnected on the next business day.
Okay. And one other question. Are you aware if Kern County still has money that they had for people that they were in arrears on their utilities to help
Yeah.
with?
Yeah, I believe you're referring to the LEWOP program. It's administered by, locally, it's at the Family
In Mojave, no?
Center in Mojave, yes.
Okay.
Right.
The
Cupcake.
Cupcake.
I've seen the Salvation Army out in because they're helping a lot of people.
Yeah.
It touched me. It touched me.
But there's still money available, so we've actually sent out their flyers.
Okay.
They've given us their flyer information, and we produce that both in English and Spanish, and we send that out with our delinquent notices.
Okay. So they
And
get the
we're
information.
handing them out in the lobby. Whenever somebody calls about having a problem
Well, you
with
can't say they don't know.
they can say that, but
I mean, well, yeah. We tried to come.
yeah, we were doing our best to get the
All right,
out.
thank you on that one.
All right, thank you. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Any questions? All right. Public Works update.
So in your packet, if you have any questions, I'll be willing to answer. But the Public Works Department went over to the 23 building this last week, cleaned up all the graffiti off the side of the building, did the landscaping, cleaned all up. We've not gone inside of it yet, but the outside is
the last time anybody was inside to see what the inside looked like?
Somebody going to live in it, and they're going to vandalize the inside of it. They're not holes in the walls. They were trying to live in it. Actually ran the heater bill up, and we had the gas shut off.
But not a lot of damage, really.
Considerably. I mean, they knocked holes in the walls and stuff in the drywall.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions for the Public Works?
Yeah.
I think John, can you report on the bulk water station?
Oh, the bulk water station, yeah. So somebody vandalized our bulk water station. They ripped out the card feeders and all the mechanisms that ran the water feeders. Just ripped it out of the cabinet. We have water set up outside on the hydrant with a hydrant heater for people that are regular people. And we're waiting for the park and for that. It's maybe roughly $1,000 to fix it. But for no reason, they just stripped the card reader off and pulled all the guts out. That's there so nobody could use it.
Are our regular customers for bulk water, even though they're not in our district, are they kind of content now with what we're trying to do?
They're never content with what we do, but the Cameron Ranch is very excited that we're able to still provide water.
Yeah.
We have a few customers that come here every week.
Yeah.
They rely on that team.
Yeah.
And for somebody to tear it up.
I don't know if it's true now, but back when Kathy Spore was on the board, her husband actually hauled water out there for some of the people who needed water. And
there was still a lady that Dan left that water hauling business too. So here she still hauls water, so I haven't seen her lately. Most of them got their own trailers and we're doing it. So.
any other questions?
Yeah, I had a comment. Just want John to you, John. Just want to thank everyone that was involved in the cleanup over at 20th Street. The place looks nice. And also, would you look at that new sewer camera truck? That is pretty nice looking. Any names you want to mention who were involved in putting this together?
Our GM.
Well, I was going to say it was John, but
someone was in there turning wrenches and doing something.
Yeah, it wasn't
it really
me.
looks good.
No,
Really looks good.
that's actually, that was in the works before I got here, and we just, we have a budget, and we adjusted it and made it happen. So I'm really happy that everybody's proud of the unit, and it's being put to use. I see it driving out every day. So pretty cool.
Yep, it looks good. I think when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you work good. So it's really good.
Yeah, the forward use, sure. Right. Is that a bathroom or no? All right, I'm going to put Rick on the spot before we close here. And there's great opportunity during this time of the year for thieves to steal purses, get in your cars, all those kind of things. And there's some safety tips that I know that Rick could tell us about. And maybe off the top of his head, he can kind of give us a little primer on how to get through the season without being robbed or vandalized.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. The most important thing is situational awareness. I am still amazed at how many folks are not aware of their surroundings. I'm not talking about to be paranoid. First of all, when you're coming out of places, put the money up before you come out of the places. Secure your stuff. Ladies, if you're going to your car, before you start putting the luggage, put your purse, lock it up, get the kids the care. I've seen people putting groceries in their car and their purse and the kid is sitting in the stroller. Secure those things there. When you head at home, that's probably when you're most vulnerable. As soon as that garage door open comes up, you said, I'm here, home base. That's when you should be most alert. Situational awareness, you know what? If you're going someplace, you have to key in your hand to get to your car. If you don't have a clicker, park where you can see your car. This is not the time of the year to walk 2 miles to your car for the exercise. Get as close as you can to the site. The biggest thing I can just tell people, let someone know where you're going. If you're going shopping, I'll be at the mall. We have a reference point. And when you get home, let them know, hey, John, I'm coming down the street or whatever. Come out on the front porch because bad guys do not like to see people looking at them. But the most important thing is just whatever you think situational awareness is, apply it to yourselves. Don't pull out your money in front of people. Count your money out. Do your shopping or whatever. But we develop a lot of bad habits because we live in a small community where we used to be a lot safer. Problem is now all the people from down the way are in our small community. So just do that, and if something doesn't look right, it's probably not right. 911. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Anything else for the good of the cause before we adjourn? One last time, Greg.
Yeah, I'm working on one here. The last couple months I've been receiving.
I can hear your brain kind of working there.
And I was thinking about what Director Stewart spoke about last month about people going around talking about the water. Well, for the past couple months, I've been receiving emails from USPS saying that they can't deliver my package. And I was tempted to click on, but I didn't. And I saw in the news today that it's one of the biggest scams going on in the Christmas season. So, like Director Webb gave some excellent advice, we need to be aware of our surroundings, whatever it may be.
Yeah, with artificial intelligence coming in, we need to figure out ways to solve all the corruption that's going to happen through all the new technology that we're facing.
Well, so the best part about the crooks not smart enough to figure out the AI. So we got to
All right. One last opportunity to say something. All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn, Webb. Second. Stewart, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion